math has become a bit more difficult, you can say, or trickier. To master any particular topic, how many questions shall we solve? Are we solving the right content? Are we solving the right question? Hello aspirants, how are you all? I hope everybody is doing fine and well. My name is Ayush and I'm here again with a video to talk about the right way of studying math or how to master your math if you're an aspirant of IIT JEE. So if we look at the papers, if you look at the JEE exams from last 3-4 years, and if we compare them from the previous years, for example, if we are looking at the question papers of math specifically before 2019, then you will see that math questions were not as trickier as the questions which are coming in the papers of 2019 to 2024. So math has become a bit more difficult, you can say, or trickier. The questions are lengthy sometimes. Even JEE Mains have started including the trickier and the lengthier questions. So I think, and I have found this generally, that many aspirants have started to gain this fear of math or develop this fear of math, that math is going to be anyway difficult, so we are not going to cover that up, or there is no point in spending too much time with math. Let's focus on other subjects like physics and chemistry. We can score better with them. So I must tell you, this is a common aspirant's thinking or common aspirant strategy. If you'll ask any of the topper, or if you ask any of the JEE qualifier who has been in the ranks of 500 to even thousands, they'll tell you that math was their biggest support. So let's talk about how can we improve our math, or what are the right ways of studying math. Definitely giving up on math or giving less priority to mathematics is not going to make you score very well in your mains or advanced. Definitely it's not going to. So what to do about it? Math actually is going to make you stand apart and be more competitive in your JEE exam. It is actually the rank decider. If you ask any of the previous aspirants or previous qualifiers, previous rankers of JEE exam, then they'll tell you that math made them stand apart. Math gave them better ranks, better scores. They were taking math along with them throughout the time of their preparations. Now the point is that math should be definitely treated different from the other subjects. For example, if we are talking about physics or chemistry, from the other two subjects only, physics or chemistry, if we are talking about them, then there is a lot of theory involved. Math is involved there, problem solving is involved there, but there is a lot of theory also involved. There is a lot of concept or in-depth theory. Definitely in chemistry you have to get into too much of depth of the subject, of the concept. In physics as well, you have to understand the concept, get the feel of it. Theory is too much. Math is unlike that. Math does not have that much of theory. There are limited concepts or limited things about a specific chapter, and then everything is about just question solving. So math can be only developed if you are solving questions. Now what happens when we start solving the questions? Obviously this happens with everybody, it's not only you. When you start solving questions, this is possible that from the first question or the first few questions itself, you're not getting anything, you're not getting the answers, and there you start giving up, or there you start believing that I'm not made for math, or I'm not going to get math. But this is the initial phase for everybody. Everybody who has gotten better at math, this is the initial phase for all of them. So this is not the way. You have to solve more and more questions. The more questions you solve, better you will be in math. The in-depth knowledge of the subject or a particular topic of math can only be obtained by solving more and more questions from that chapter. There is no particular way, or there is no teacher who can tell you that, okay, if you do these many things, if you learn these formulas, if you understand these concepts or only solve these questions, then you can get the in-depth knowledge of that particular chapter or the entire subject. There is no possible way. There is only one way. Question and problem solving only is going to give you in-depth knowledge. Every question looks new. Every question might be different from the previous one. But the more you solve, more confident you will be and more knowledgeable you will be about that chapter. So if a new question arrives, you'll have already a strategy in your mind to start that question. And most of the times in the math problem, it's about just starting the question, how to start. Now, to master any particular topic, how many questions shall we solve? I say 200 questions. At least 200 questions if you really want to master a chapter in mathematics. For any chapter, you have to solve at least 200 questions from that chapter. You can take somewhere around 100 questions which are easy. Solve the easy questions first so that they build up your confidence. They make you remember the concepts. They make you remember the formulas. So first 100 questions just for confidence building and concept building. Then 60 questions to 70 questions of the moderate type, the average type. There you'll learn application, the strategy, the first step, how to think for the first step. There you'll learn from the moderate questions, you'll learn this thing. Then do not avoid the tough questions. At least 30 to 35 questions you should solve, which are tough questions, difficult questions, which are not solved by everybody in the competition. You should be solving that if you really want to master that particular topic. For example, even if you are doing a easy chapter for let's say matrices, if you are solving, and there if you find out that some of the concepts of other topics are also being used, let's say permutations and combination is also being used in matrices. So it's not that you have to study permutation and combination and then you have to solve that particular difficult question. No, I'm only saying if you know matrices and determinants, you should be able to solve that part of the difficult question which involves only matrices and determinants. Right? If a difficult question is using multiple concepts and you don't know them, but still you at least try to think of the approach to solve that question till the part where it is only requiring the knowledge of that particular chapter. Right? So solve difficult questions also. Most of the time students don't solve difficult questions because they'll be using the concept of other chapters. The concepts which are used from other chapters will be very easy. The concept which is actually of that particular chapter, which is from the domain of that particular chapter, where it is included, that particular thing you have to master at. It's not that you have to study all the chapters to solve the difficult questions. No, it's not like that. You should be able to think, what will be my approach to solve this question? Maybe you got stuck somewhere, it's okay. You got stuck because of some other concept which was being used, it's okay. Leave it till there, but solve. Mistake which most of the aspirants do is, or this is a common mistake, that they start seeking solution. They'll go to their doubt counters, they'll ask from their teachers, they'll try to search the solution on the internet or in the given solutions. If you are seeking solutions, you can never expect that your math is going to get improved. You can never expect that. You know, you always have to just first try a lot, and suppose you spent a lot of time and still you are not getting the solution, only see the first step, hide the remaining solution, see step by step, so that you just get a hint of approaching, of knowing how to start the question. Or maybe you are getting stuck at some place, only see the part which is just going to make you push towards the solution. Do not seek the solution, always try to find the solution. That is the most important thing if you want to improve your math. Now you must be saying that if we are solving 100 to 200 questions, then the most of our time of preparation is going to be caught up by math only. So that's okay. If you are having any of the toppers in contact, or if you ask any of the teachers also, they'll tell you that 45 to 50% of their time was given to math only. Remaining 50% they used to give for physics and chemistry. 45 to 50% of the time is going to be obtained by math only. And obviously this is going to be worthy, because math is going to improve your problem solving. It is going to help you with other subjects also. Physics definitely the most, and physical chemistry. So math is anyway developing your problem solving and other subjects. So it's okay to give 45 to 50% of the time to math only. You can ask any of the previous year toppers or any of the rankers of JEE exam, they'll tell you the same thing, that 45 to 50% of their time was given to only math, because it takes time. It takes time to solve, it takes time to understand, it takes time to develop. And if you don't like solving, then that's a problem. You have to enjoy problem solving. You must have solved a lot of puzzles in your childhood, in your earlier classes. So enjoy math. Take it like a game. Take it like a take it like a problem solving or puzzle solving skill. Right? If you don't enjoy solving, then you are in the wrong path. Definitely. You have to enjoy solving the math. More you enjoy, better you will be. It is a common research and study that the students or the people who took mathematics playfully achieved better scores and more success in mathematics. This is true. Now the question arises that are we solving the right content? Are we solving the right questions? How can we verify that we are solving the right questions? So that's true. You have to verify that you are solving the right questions by solving the PYQ. If you want to know that whether the questions I'm solving are of right level or not, you for that chapter solve the PYQs from last 5 years. You'll realize, you'll understand that you are solving the right questions, right level of questions or not, right? That is why there are mock tests for a reality check. So suppose you studied a chapter. After studying that chapter, practicing some questions from your reference book or from your institute's material. Also check your concept level or your problem solving level with the help of last 5 years PYQs. Solve the last 5 year PYQs, all of them from all the shifts. Questions vary, the level varies with the shifts of the exam also. So solve those questions, solve PYQs of last 5 years to verify, okay, I'm solving the right level of questions. If you are able to solve those questions, that means you are going right. Otherwise, recheck, build your concepts, solve some more questions, try to gain more questions, get more questions from the institutes you are referring to or the teachers you are following, so that you are able to prepare the right level of the questions, which make you solve the PYQs of last 5 years at least. That is very important. As I always say, keep checking yourself by giving the test. Strategy of problem solving is also very important during the exam. So tests should always be constant in your entire preparation. So that's all from my side. I hope this video is going to help you, and if it helps you, there is nothing better than that for me. Let me know in the comment section, subscribe the channel, and thank you.